only the best is good enough for children. I find it kind of inspiring about it is that it is actually words to live by, because why wouldn't we think that the very best of art, or the very best intentions, the very best of literature, the very best of learning is what's required for the most important people in our society. When you set a certain standard that you are trying to achieve, it's because something tells you it's the right choice. So you have to have a certain amount of faith in what you're doing, and you have to rely on the collaborative process. Because we have our own shops, we're able to do everything in-house. We can create a process that gives us room to breathe, room to think, room to react. So there's a huge support network to sustain this kind of high quality. Props, costumes, and sets at YPT are all really interested in new practices that use resources in a more efficient and mindful way. You might be creating very realistic props, but you might also be creating complete fantasy, the surprise of that, the invention that comes along with that. If you work in a way that brings the very best out of the people in the room, then chances are you're going to make really good work. We have access to great directors, really great actors, people with a lot of experience. The community of Toronto have seen that. They know that it is a worthy audience and that the work is worthy. Our identity has probably been for a long time, but has certainly very consciously been defined as being a professional theatre, creating the best possible place for young audiences, and an education centre providing the best possible drama education experiences.
At YPT, the history of the company and where we're at now definitely puts us at a place where education is key to the work that we do. And just as we strive for the highest quality theatre for young people, we are constantly striving for excellence in the education work that we do. Teachers tell us things like they did a workshop with us and all of a sudden that student was super active and really engaged, and that teacher had never seen them in that light before.
That audience make you want to do your best because they are extremely responsive, and so they keep you kind of on the mark. And there's something about that very direct connection with the audience that inspires you to do good work.